like 3-4 seconds.
So you can start rolling already. Waste of memory card. New memory card means you'll do anything.
You're still wasting. Start.
Okay. Explainers are one of the most common ways to showcase a product, particularly if it's tech. And Blockedge was one such client of ours who reached out to us for their first product launch, and that made it special both for them and for us as well. This video is not about how this was the best video that we ever did or this was the best project. It was one of the best videos, of course, but this is about how this particular project made us realize a vulnerable side of ours. Yeah, this was like, it was to me, it was like this GABA. We had a setback, but we bounced phenomenally well. You want me to talk about what is Blockedge? Cut, 1 second. Blockedge is an end-to-end blockchain infrastructure management platform to build and scale enterprise blockchains. In short, blockchain as a service, BaaS. Truth be told, we had no clue what blockchain was. Well, we had a little bit of clue scrolling through Twitter, reading about blockchain, crypto, and I recall Muruga doing this a lot more diligently and then trying to fill us in on, people, this is what blockchain is. And what it really did was it gave us a lot of confidence, having understood a fair bit of what blockchain is and be able to understand what the client does, to be able to hit on the right nails. While the script was great and approved by the client, this was the first time a client came back to us saying they weren't thrilled with our visuals.
So the first setback was when we pitched in our initial storyboard, which was very basic, involved a lot of vectors. And the client was quick in identifying that it was basic, and they came back saying that this wasn't what they were looking for.
So had to do something different, had to be out of the box. We bought 2 days of extra time with the client. And in the 2 days, there was a complete shift in how we approach the project. Niranjan, who's been working on the storyboard thus far, was in a pickle. He was figuring out what to do. And I think that's when I decided we'll rope in Raj, our visual lead.
I was working on a tight deadline, but at the same time I was more obsessed with the Figma UI at that point of time. So I wanted to make storyboard just to open Figma. That's more than I wanted at that point of time. So I just said I can do it. Yeah.
Given that he didn't have a lot of exposure to this project yet, I thought an independent pair of eyes could help. So Raj completely cooked something that was very different from what we all had in mind.
I got to look up different things. One is like the script, and another is like a previously done storyboard with some feedbacks from the client, and the other was like the brand guidelines. Altogether, I could easily able to visualize how the animation will be. Minimal, very fluid kind of animation.
And guess what? That was precisely what the client was looking for. Something that wasn't done, something that was minimal. It was really, really refreshing. So I'm glad this whole setback happened right at the storyboard stage, and I'm glad our process allows for these interventions at an earlier stage.
It was a lot to do with eye tracing, how you lead your, the viewer's eyes, and so that they're not like bombarded with a lot of elements at the same time, but make it subtle and make sure that they see everything that's happening in the frame. So that was something we actually did really well with the Blockedge project.
From having a client who was unhappy, we ended up working on 2 subsequent projects with the same client, and I think that is something that we would pat our backs on. Just not about how well we delivered. I think the attitude of being able to accept that, hey, yes, we didn't give our best in the first instance, and we assumed time to be an issue. I think having that as a learning and acknowledging that with the client really made us feel a little vulnerable, but I think in the end it worked very well for us.
I would say this is a project that I'll always be proud of. I can say that now, maybe like a couple of months later, we might just look back at it and then think that, we could have done better. But definitely one of the best projects that we've come up with.